So before cutting the plaster, I went back with a knife, and because the plaster does break apart a lot when you try to cut around a hole anywhere on the plaster. So I prepped it with a little bit of knife work. Make sure it doesn't crack or shoot out. It'll make a hole bigger than I need it to. And, but I did this work with a, like I said, I checked in there a lot to make sure there's no wires by pushing back and forth with a screwdriver, kind of double checking everything. There's no wires back here. Can't feel any. At least I'm going to be careful, but I did turn the power off to the circuits on this side of the wall, so if I hit anything, I'm just going to have to repair the wire. But to get her done, I'm going to have to just use my Sawzall. The multi-tool will probably work good too, but this is plaster, so it's a little... Good. Now I can see in there a little better. Yeah. Two. Let's see if we see any wires. Be interesting. I always keep a garbage can right below me while I'm working. I'm so messy. Yeah, see the wires go up the wall. It must take a left or right turn somewhere. No, there they are. I can feel the wires, but they're tucked back here. Rightfully so in the corner, so I'm good. They're all right. Definitely clean this up. It up to get my round outlet lock. See, it is chipping a lot, but I'm trying to keep a bit of enough meat around the hole to grab onto the flange. Okay, not go too far to get these. This is a light J-box, or a new old work light switch box. God, I don't even know what to call it anymore. But I had fabricated it so it would go in one direction, and probably only one direction only. Yeah, I'm still going to have to take out more material. But I'm trying to be careful and not take out too much. This wall is an inch thick. Seems like it's sheet plaster on top of sheetrock. I don't know how they did that. Looks like, because it seems like sheetrock in there. Anyway, I'm going to cut out some more material, just enough so I can get this to slide in there. Like I said, with the strap at a 45-degree angle, so the wing nuts can open up. Like you see, they're still hitting. In the meantime, I'm gonna also, let me show you how I'm gonna have to do the same thing down here. Yeah. Do the same thing for this switch box here. I'll set you up, and I'm gonna cut, like I said, with the knife ahead of time. Some of this plaster. I don't know why there's. Sometimes you just wonder how they built something. You got plaster down here. It's only one thickness here. Up here I've got sheetrock behind the plaster. Yeah, you never know what you're getting into. It's the same wall a few feet away. Just amazing. This house has probably got a dozen remodels in it already. Here we're going to probably use the multi-tool because we do have a lot of wires in there. Multi-tool is the best for being careful. That's for sure. Great tool. All right. Really deep there. Down here is sheetrock with the plaster on top of it. Interesting. So I cut this big enough to have a 3 gang. I could go a little bigger. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut out a little bit of the back here, probably just to avoid the wires that are right there. So I'm gonna do some butchering to this game box. And sure I don't have it cut out here on this side first. Maybe this will give me my extra. I like this side because I've got a stud here and I can put screws, nut-code screws to the side of the box here into the wall to help secure. I like a switch box on the corner to be really secure because you're going to be pushing these switches up and down all the time. And I want this box to be really solid. I might even put a piece of wood behind the plaster here and secure that and secure this to a little scrap of wood I have in here to help make sure this box stays firm and steady. See if I can get a little more of this out of here. Because I cut off a little too much broke away here, and I'm going to have to add some mud back under here. And I want something to back it up so I can add something behind it. I'm going to have to add something to help keep the mud from going in too. I don't want to just use paper. My teeth up. But anyways, let's see if that was enough. At least the box goes in now. So I think I could probably go a little bigger. Wider, I mean. Wider. Pretty tight. You need this direction to be really good or accurate. The side to side isn't as important because the box is going to gravity is going to want to fall down. It's not going to fall sideways. So I probably could have just went bigger left to right, but I've got all day, so I can make this a little bigger. Just to make it easy. This is going to be hard to work with. I'm going to have to get all these wires into the box. Also, not just putting a simple box in all, but I got to push them past all these, get all the wires into the box while I'm putting it in here. So I just want a little more room to work with. This plastic just falls to pieces if you're not, don't press it right. Be careful now. I'm not going to hit that there. Shape So I can see I'm going to be cutting out the bottom of the box here. This box is cut pretty easy. I'm going to be able to cut a hole in here just so I can pass it, push it back into the wires. No fire hazard there. Not really, because these are insulated wires back here anyways, and they're going to be passing through the back of the box. But yeah, I can get this all in here. One way to test it is get my wires out of the way. I can bend them back up into the wall. Hide them up in there. And see how far I can get this box in there. Oh yeah, it's sliding in. So all I need to do is just, it's bumping on the existing feeders. There's 2 feeders back there that's bumping on it. And once I cut a little notch for that, I'll be able to get that in there and feed these into the bottom here of the box, and the other one's into the top. I think I'll cut the hole first, and then try just make sure it all fits. I'm going to drill 2 little holes in here to put some screws through to attach to the wall first, and attach to the stud. And it's going to sit pretty good on this. Now that I cut this just the right height, it's solid. It's not going down. It's snug. It's in there good. Even though I have a big gap right here, I might not need to put a piece of supportive wood underneath it. But if I see a piece of scrap wood and I see it's going to be easy enough, I'll do it. Anyways. Cut this next one down here. I'm going to cut this one here. And I'll keep the camera going. And this one down here is going to be where I went wrong before. See if the camera focuses on it. Camera. So right here is where we're going to cut for a tubing box. Right here. And camera don't want to focus, so there we go. Like I said, I'm going to cut with a knife here. This doesn't seem to really need the knife when you're using the multi-tool. Now I'm hoping there's no stud right here, but from what I see up here, I've got, I think the stud starts right here actually. This is the hole I previously drug. So I laid it out, checked my lines with the level, straight. I got that distance. That distance is just right. The top of the box, the bottom, so it's going to sit on that edge, and that's the edge I want. I can't just measure it to center of the box. I'm trying to match the outlet next to it, but kind of prep the paint. The paint doesn't peel when I'm cutting it. I always do that with plaster or sheetrock. Definitely gonna have to repaint this part of that wall anyways, because of some other work we're doing here. But all right, just kind of cut through the paint. I'm gonna cut through the sheetrock. Okay, just making a mess here. Double thickness wall here again. This is crazy. I might be a little more accurate if I wasn't filming. Seems like I'm like a double thickness plaster sheetrock here. Ain't just sheetrock here. Come on. This is what sheetrock would have been done already. Let's see. You know, one reason I like using is the Sawzall or rock saw is because these blades are expensive. I've already worn it down. The plaster just wore off. There's probably $15 blade. Maybe it's 3 for $30. Not Harbor Freight blade. Wow. Thick. Probably a plumbing pipe behind there, huh? There's probably a screw right there. Definitely. This calls for a job for hammer man. Oh, perfect. I will not be able to put a outlet right there. That's odd. I've got a yeah, not enough pre-checking on that hole there. Didn't look hard enough. Perfect. That's what happens when you don't check ahead of time.